Here are 10 LEGO sets that I'm personally investing in for October 2022. Alright, so welcome back everyone to another LEGO video. In today's video, we'll be going over the top 10 sets that I will be personally investing in for October 2022. As always, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I just like to make these videos to kind of help you guys out a little bit and just kind of give you my opinions on sets. Basically all these I'm pretty confident in. Of course, will be worth more after retirement. That's basically all I can say. I'm not a genie. I'm not a wizard. I can't tell you exactly how much they'll be worth, but I'll give you guys a couple points as to why I'm personally investing them, and we'll go from there. So let's start off, guys, with number 10. Alright guys, so in no particular order, we're starting off with number 10 here, being the Stranger Things Brickheads. I feel like this is a pretty easy one to kind of understand why I'm still personally investing in this one. I think right now I've got 4 or 5 of them, and this is a cheap little $20 set. Really no way to get it on sale. It's a LEGO store exclusive. Your $20 is basically what you'll be paying for it, unless you guys want to consider, double VIP. You take off that 10% worth of points, 18 bucks. And so I think this one's definitely a pretty easy one to understand why I'm personally investing in it. Of course, we got Stranger Things Season 5 coming out in 2024, so about 2 summers from now. And if it's anything like the big house, the upside down house, that one went crazy on the aftermarket, even when it first retired, let alone especially when the season 4 trailer came out, even though the house is really not even in the show anymore. So I think the big deciding factor will be, come say April of 2024, when they drop the season 5 trailer, how many of these will be flooding the market then. It's kind of hard to really, tell. Again, this is a pretty easy one to invest in, a nice little, small $20 set, very cheap to ship it. I believe a brickhead, a 2-pack brickhead probably ships for less than £1, so $4 or $5 shipping. So nice and easy, but nonetheless, guys, I'll be personally buying quite a few of these. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, moving on to the next one, guys, we got the C8 Corvette and the original Corvette Speed Champions 2-pack. And this one's kind of a personal thing. I'm a big fan of Corvettes as is, especially the new C8. And, this one right here for, $30 as is has always been a good deal in my opinion. I personally picked up one day one to build, for that $30. You guys can find it sometimes for $24, 20% off, which I think that's a steal as is. I think, $24 for even one of those cars is worth it at that point. But the main reason why I think this one has some longevity compared to some of these other Speed Champions, I think, all Speed Champions go up in value. The Ferrari F8 and the GTR 8 Wide are kind of creeping up there right now. I believe they're about $35 each now, so almost, double their money currently. I think this 2-pack Corvette will always have a little bit extra to it, just due to the fact, we have C8s coming out now in production for the next, 4 or 5 years. So there's always going to be that person that, say wants just a C8 Corvette LEGO set until they make a new one. If they came out with a Creator Expert C8, for $100, say next year, then I think this one's definitely going to kind of fall down in value and to not really be able to creep up too high. But I think for what it's worth, there's a lot of Corvette fans out there, and I like these kind of timeless pieces where at any point a regular average person, non-LEGO collector can buy someone that say has a Corvette or a Corvette fan. They can buy them this Corvette set, and the guy or the person will appreciate it even if they're not a LEGO fan. So I like those types of sets, and I think this Corvette one is definitely one of those. Let's move on to the next. All right, next up, guys, we got one that I've been raving about for the past couple months now, and again, kind of a personal thing here. That's why I'm investing in this so heavily. This is probably the one I'm truthfully going to buy the most of, and probably not the smartest financial decision for myself, but I'm personally addicted to these, that being the small tumbler. So for $40, $32 on sale, 20% off, which you guys can't find here and there, Amazon and Walmart. I think this one is a hell of a deal. I think it's a fantastic set as is, and it took them literally, what's that, almost 16 years or 15 years since the last play scale black tumbler. So I wouldn't doubt it's going to take LEGO the same amount of time to make a new one again. And I think $40, there's enough price difference, say between a $40 mini tumbler and a $230 big tumbler, where even if this mini one goes up to say $90 or $100, it'll be a great investment. That's 2.5 in your money right there, and there's still going to be a big enough price difference in between the the little one and the big one to kind of justify maybe buying that little one instead of just paying the extra money for that big one, since the big one right now is not retiring this year, at least as of what we know. So say for all of 2023 going on, again, if we have the $230 one, there's still going to be plenty of room for that little one to creep up, I feel. But there's that. Next up, guys, we got a Ninjago set right here, and I'm not a professional Ninjago guy. I've actually really never even seen the TV show. I don't collect too much of it. The only thing I do collect are dragons, and that being the Overlord dragon right here for $30. I got a couple reasons why I think this one will do pretty well and why I'm personally investing in it. Is I feel like over the years a lot of the dragons have done well. Again, when you look at the aftermarket, sure, it was a lot of the dragons from back in 2012 to like 2016 compared to some of these newer ones. Again, because I just feel like the overall investing market is more saturated these days as it is. So it's kind of hard to compare a set that got retired 2 years ago now compared to say 5 years ago. And this one right here, as much as it's a dragon, I also like the fact it's a nice little cheap set. 24 bucks on sale, a nice sized box. And for a long time there, guys, if you guys pay attention to this set was almost impossible to find for a while. So in my opinion, because I wanted this set for a long time, and when I started seeing it kind of go out of stock everywhere, I'm like, damn, well, I'll never be able to get this. Luckily, I got quite a few at Meijer for half off. So I built one myself. I'm keeping the other 3 or 4 I got over there sealed right now. And this one, I just feel like it might have been pretty scarce over the years. I don't know, and especially when it was out of stock forever. It's a $30 retail set. It was going for like $55 to $60 on eBay. Currently at that point, which I think that's definitely one thing we kind of overlook. I don't know if it's too strategically smart to really look at these numbers, but when a set say is out of stock, say it got released and out of stock, it's kind of interesting to see what people are willing to pay for it just to get it so quickly, just because they like it that much. So the Overlord Dragon, say it was just out of stock from Lego.com and these other retailers for $30, and people were paying $60 for it. So why would people, when it retired, not pay that $60 also? So there's my quick thoughts on that. So next up, guys, really quickly, I'll go over this one. We've got the Creator Fish Tank, normally $30, $22.50 on Walmart right now. I think that's a fantastic deal. And this one right here, I never really would have ever thought I would say let's invest in a Creator set, but personally, I bought 2 of these. I'm going to sit on them for a little bit. Going back to that Corvette talk earlier, I think this fish tank is kind of a timeless set again. At any point, fish tanks aren't going out of style. So even the average non-Lego fan, I feel like would like this little fish tank, maybe next to the real fish tank. And a nice little simple set. You don't have to be a Ninjago fan or a Lego Friends fan or a Super Mario fan to appreciate a nice little $20 Creator fish tank. I feel like compared to some of these other Creator sets, there's definitely gonna be a little bit more appeal to this fish tank. So there's my quick thoughts on that. Next up, guys, we got the Ford Raptor Technic set, normally $100, and that's basically what you guys are going to have to pay for it since it's, Lego exclusive. And yeah, so this one right here, guys, I've got one built, I got one kept sealed. I don't know how many more I'll be buying of the set. I think it's a great investment, but I feel like, for me, again, I'm not made out of money. I don't have the most capital right now to just be, tying up in investment pieces. And also on the back end, I personally like investing in the smaller stuff. I'd much rather ship out a nice little brickhead in a little, regular sized box, for $5 than have to mess with getting a big box for the Ford Raptor. So that's really my biggest thing going against investing in big stuff. That's why you'll kind of see on a lot of my list, I try to stick with everything under about $50, I'd say. It's easier to get, 5 or 10 of them, easier to stack them up and store them, and easier to ship them. But the Ford Raptor, I guess my biggest thing is I'm a big Ford Raptor guy to begin with. So, again, I got a little bit of personal, history with it, I guess. I would love to be able to sit on a couple of them, because worst comes to worst, I get to look at them and I get to be happy I have them, kind of thing. But also, guys, I feel like another thing going with it is I was only out on shelves for around a year and 2 months, which compared to a lot of other sets, that's a pretty short shelf life. Again, for being only at Lego stores, I wouldn't doubt there's probably a lot of people that might not even know the set exists, I'll be honest. If they don't go into a Lego store normally, if they don't shop on Lego.com, they really would have never seen it anywhere else. And also kind of going back to the Corvette thing, again, Ford Raptors are kind of that thing where, again, they're never going out of style. For the most part, I feel like, some Ford Raptor fans, there's just a random run-of-the-mill person that owns a real Ford Raptor, and, say, again, a nice little gift idea for them. So, they don't have to necessarily be a Lego fan to appreciate a nice $100 premium-looking Ford Raptor, because I think the set itself is fantastic. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, guys, so this is a brand new one on the list for this month, and this is one that I think, I don't know, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this down below, being the Wolverine mech armor. So this is a nice little $10 set. You guys could get it for $7 or $8 at most places right now, on a regular sale. And the main reason why I'm saying this right here, and it might just be cheaper just to invest in the actual minifigure, go pay the $4 or $5 on Bricklink and just buy 10 or 15 of the minifigure itself. But I feel like with the news of Deadpool 3 having, Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, Wolverine possibly being in Secret Wars, I feel like the yellow and black suit, Wolverine in this set might be kind of going up in value, once we start seeing some trailers, some promotional images, if, they actually pull off the yellow and black suit on Hugh Jackman, and, especially because I highly doubt they're going to be making any Deadpool 3 Lego sets, whether it's MCU or not, it's going to be 99% rated R, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a rated R movie. I don't know if Lego's going to cross that boundary. So, will we ever see another yellow and black Wolverine, in the near future? I'm not too sure. So I think this one right here, guys, what I'll probably do is just go on and buy maybe 10 of the minifigures. I'll see what goes on with them. I might not buy the whole set itself, but I definitely think that minifigure is definitely going to be the driving factor of that set, if it does go up in value over the years, but there's that. So moving on to some Star Wars sets right here for the last three, what you guys like hearing me talk about the most. And again, I'm going to kind of keep these short. You know, I want to keep the Star Wars stuff a little separated from these videos and kind of give my full opinions on different videos because I'm more passionate about Star Wars. Obviously, you know, I know a lot more about Star Wars than these other themes. But real quickly, guys, we got the Clone Trooper Command Station, $14.99. I think this one's a no-brainer. I think, you know, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, even if you're just a run-of-the-mill average Lego collector or, you know, investor, if you guys don't have 5 of these off of Lego.com whenever you guys can catch them, you know, that's really silly, I think, since you know, Lego.com, for most people, they're limiting people to 5. You know, if you placed an order of 5 a couple months ago and try to place it again, they're going to cancel your next order. So you know, with you only being limited to 5 of them, I think anyone that even collects even a little bit of Lego should go on there, buy 5 of them, even if they don't build them. Again, sit on them for a little bit. I mean, these are already going for 28 to 30 bucks on the aftermarket now. So I think that's my quick thoughts on that. Then next up, guys, we have the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle. This is one that you know, I'm not a big fan of the ship. I definitely think they'll be remaking the ship in a different color at some point in the next couple of years. But the biggest driving factor of this set is we might not ever see the Bad Batch in those outfits ever again in minifigure form, at least not anytime soon. So I think the minifigures are really the driving factor of that set. And then lastly, guys, Mandalorian Starfighter for $60. The biggest thing I can say about that is actually right now, guys, the Mandalorian Starfighter for 20% off at $48 is a much better deal than buying any of the figures separately. Just take a look at Gar Saxon on the aftermarket right now, guys. Gar Saxon in a new condition is about 30 bucks himself right now, which is insane. Again, I started calling him out, you know, saying he's gonna go, you know, really high in price back when he was like 12 bucks, and now he's $30. You know, again, it might be a little inflated. I'm not doubting that. You know, again, you know, a lot of people are buying him up. Again, a lot of people want to be making money on it, so I feel like the market will definitely kind of be a little flooded for him for a while. But again, everyone does not want to lose money on him. You know, so people were buying them for say 17 to 20 bucks. You know, they're not going to want to go put the Gar Saxon on there for $15 then. You know what I mean? So I feel like everyone's going to want to make a little bit of money. So I feel like Gar Saxon will forever kind of be now a $25, $30, $35 minifigure. And like I've said before, I have no inside information. I'm not a wizard, but I got a strong feeling Gar Saxon might be a $80 to $100 brand new minifigure by say Christmas of next year. I don't take out a $50,000 loan just to go get Gar Saxons. I don't want to be responsible for that, but I'm definitely very happy that I've got about 12 or 15 Gar Saxons right now myself, and I'm definitely very happy to see where they go in the coming years or so. So that is all, guys. Let's close off the video. Alright, guys, so that's everything for this video. Again, I don't claim to be professional. I just like making these videos, kind of give you guys my quick updates, my quick thoughts. Leave your comments down below on this list. Do you think I'm right about anything? Do you think I'm wrong? Am I missing some smaller stuff? Again, you know, I like to kind of keep everything smaller. That's why you don't see stuff like Disney Castle, the Bugatti Technic set on here. And my humble opinion, I think these are some pretty good choices. And yeah, leave your thoughts down below, guys. I want to do one of these monthly, so I expect another one early November, early December. And then it'll be fun to, you know, say next year at some point, this time next year, kind of see what happened to all the sets. You know what I mean? Since, again, I'm personally investing in all of these, I will have at least 2, 3, 4 of each of these going into the following year. So it'll be fun to see where they're at, guys. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.